Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We have a big show today for everybody. Rhodes is here as well. We're actually streaming on both Rumble channels, Black and White News and Black and White Sports, and also the YouTube channels, Black and White Sports and Black and White Network. What's going on, Rhodes?
Good morning, Mr. Matrix. Good morning, chat. I hope everybody's doing well. Man, we've got some real topics today. That's pretty awesome. We went from having zero to talk about. There wasn't much to talk about yesterday, to be honest with you. It was bare bones. And to the cupboard runneth over for us today. Let's just put it that way. So it should be a good show. Should be a longer show than normal. I'm kind of interested to see how that translates to the podcast, So, again, make sure you go subscribe on podcast, wherever you want to get your podcast on. Rate us on Apple Pod. We're on Google, Apple, Castbox, Spotify, Breaker. The list goes on. So,
yes.
Check us out. So, man, let's let's recognize the chat real fast.
Go ahead. I was trying to get organized because I have four different chats over here right now.
Becky Browland is in the house. Joey. MJ is the GOAT. That is correct. MPC. Iron Man. Joe Bob Purdue.
Iron Man is always here.
I almost did it. Betsy Lawson. Janeth Miles, Lori Thomas, James Touchette, Doug Fife in the hizzy, Eat the Bugs. Eat the Bugs?
Eat the Bugs.
Yeah. Well, it's got some Z's going on. Michael Sign. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. K. Bean, Eddie Coates. There's Iron Man again. Connor Akers. Good morning, Connor.
Yeah.
Joey A.R. Forrest. Hey, you all. CD. And Joanne Goodwin. Marty. John Jess. Projects 815. Sir Law. You guys are kicking ass. 131 people are in here already. What were you doing yesterday to us, YouTube? You killed us yesterday, YouTube. Come on. We already got twice the amount of viewers we had this time yesterday morning.
Now,
Patrick
we are streaming against multiple channels here, and I don't believe the sports channel actually had a notification go out, but the network channel did have one. But I did post a link in the community section for the sports channel. But we actually got 66 people right now from the sports channel.
Oh, good. Rock on. Awesome. 120, 130 people watching now. I say, let's rock.
Yeah. So you can probably guess what we're actually going to be talking about here. Also on Black and White News, Maria McGee says, hello, gentlemen. Thank you. Can't forget about the people over there on Rumble. Of course, it's going to be a smaller audience, but we want to recognize everybody. So bear with me. It's going to be a little bit difficult to actually get through 4 tabs to keep up with everything. But actually, by the way, before we actually dive into the topics here, remember tomorrow, live stream, same time as today, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We do these live streams Monday through Thursday on Black and White Network or Black and White News on Rumble. But today there was so much crossover with sports, we decided to actually just combine them together. Maybe we'll have to do that, once a week. There's just so much to cover here for that. But to get access to the member live stream, become a member at blackandwhitenetwork.com. Memberships just start at $5 per month. If you become a silver member, you actually get to be on the panel. And it's going to be uncensored because it's not on YouTube, by the way. Or if you don't want to do that, you can actually just click the join button here on YouTube, on the network channel, or on the sports channel. Become a member today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for that. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just looking around. Go blue. And that blue is not for Democrats.
I
Just thought I'd clarify.
actually like the color
Yeah.
blue a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that it's associated with the left. So
I think navy blue might be my favorite color.
yeah,
Maybe.
actually
know?
blue I believe is the most popular color, I believe, for people.
I
think
did
it
not
is.
know that.
Yeah.
See, it's not just politics and sports you get here.
Well, I think
We're
it is.
talking-
Shoes. What color shoes do you normally have?
Honestly, my shoes are almost always black. I'm going to be
For the
they're
most
almost
part, yeah.
always black. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was actually
'Cause-
buying Nikes at a time, I actually still got a pair from like 10 years ago in the closet right now. I have like gray. I have some blue Under Armour shoes. But for the most part, I'm in mine mostly Skechers. And my Skechers are
I got some Skechers. I got like two pair of things.
man, those are like the most comfortable shoes, man.
They're really comfortable.
Yeah.
I've got on my Under Armour low tops right now. It's what I wear to the gym every day. So used to be is the key. Used to be a big Nike fan. I mean, damn you to hell.
Everybody wanted
damn
Nike.
you to hell. Yeah.
Man, Nike was so popular.
Absolutely.
People were killing each other for Air Jordans. Think about that. That's how crazy it was.
I didn't
People were
like 'em
killing
that
each
much.
other. No, me neither. But people actually be lining up. I never lined up through Air Jordans for one thing. Back in the day, I was a kid. I was broke. I didn't have a job. So
Do you want to know the only thing I ever lined up for at a store?
what was that?
This leads us in a great I lined up for the release of Snoop Dogg's very first album back in the day.
Really?
Remember when Snoop dropped on The Chronic and everybody was like, "Whoa, who is this mother effer on here with Dr. Dre?" So then his album came out, right afterwards. And I was lined up, Longview, Texas. There were about 75 or 100 people out there lined up to get into Hastings. Anybody remember Hastings? Entertainment, movies, music. That was back when you had you didn't buy everything online. This would have been 1994 to buy Snoop Dogg's first album. I remember that big time. Yep.
I remember 2005 going to the midnight showing of Revenge of the Sith. That's the time they had those midnight shows. You got your ticket. They don't have midnight shows anymore, I believe.
Yeah, I do. I think they do, but we don't really. It's not a big deal anymore because they got Thursday night previews now.
Yeah.
So some of them start as early as like 4 p.m. on Thursdays now. So not as many people go to that midnight showing. The only midnight showing I can really remember, and looking back, I was like, I should have just waited till the next day, was the midnight showing of the release of A New Hope in the special edition back in, I think it was 1997.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw those.
Yeah. And I went to the midnight showing of it, and I was like, I remember about halfway in, I was like, man, you're used to going to bed at like 10. You got to stay awake here. I was fighting sleep more than I was enjoying the program, So
the thing is, when I went and saw Sith at midnight, I had to be at work at 5 a.m. So I was dedicated to see that movie.
I think I had to be at work real early too. I think I was working at 6 a.m. actually. Where was I working back then?
I was working on security at the plant.
I think I was still working for Berkshire's grocery company.
Oh,
I worked
okay.
for them for 5 years.
Gotcha.
So I think I was still working for them. So
well,
that was right at the tail end of that.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for coming in. We're about 10 minutes in right now. We got over 232 people watching right now at the moment. Smash thumbs up button.
That's what I was
Share
gonna
the
say.
stream so YouTube doesn't kill it. We hold.
Oh,
What happened?
that's not right, dude.
No,
Do
man.
we
No,
do we
no.
have to bring this up? Really?
If you listen on the podcast, he
Have
brought
y'all
up
seen this
Lizzo.
Have y'all
Lizzo
seen
and
this picture?
uh,
The picture that's going around right now.
no,
Oh, you haven't seen this? My boy Jake Shields,
that's a new picture.
from the UFC. Jake Shields that fought in the UFC for a long time. He posted this yesterday. Yeah, there you go. Everybody in the chat, there you go right there.
What?
Yeah, you can't actually see. There's no actual nudity YouTube. That is Lizzo.
But
Yeah.
blow it up so people can see it
This
better.
this thing was circulating yesterday. Yeah, he said if you don't think Lizzo's beautiful, you're fat phobic. This got 1 million views on it. Yeah, so everybody can burn your eyeballs out with bleach now.
But you know
Yeah.
what though? That didn't even phase me. You want to know why? Because every time you see Lizzo, she didn't have anything on. You're just immune to it at this point.
Oh, yes, this Isn't it already blown up?
Oh boy.
Oh God, help me all. I did watch The Mandalorian.
Rhodes is all caught up now.
I'm all caught up. I watched yesterday's episode. Surprisingly good. Surprisingly good,
Considering
actually.
how horrible the season has been.
Far and away the best episode. There were still a couple of things that made me want to just punch myself in the face. The Praetorian Guards from the sequel trilogy showing up made me want to shoot myself. Jon Favreau dying. Oh, spoiler alert. My bad.
Sorry, they killed off Paz Vizsla.
Yeah.
Well, he killed himself off.
He went out like a champ, though. I'll give him credit. He killed a lot of mother effers. He really did.
One thing I gotta say, man, those Mando stormtroopers, they look pretty cool.
The best car stormtroopers.
The ones in the white, they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's too much sequel tie-in.
Oh
boy.
What in the hell did you do to IG-11/12?
Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I hated that. That was the goofy. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Just bring the damn droid back and let the droid wreck shop like it did in the first season. It's pretty.
Yeah.
This is what happens when people that are involved with creative get in a room and they start trying to outthink the room. Just if you want to bring the droid back, bring the damn droid back. Put a blaster in each one of its hands and say 1, 2, 3, go kill everybody, and everybody will be happy that's watching it. I mean, it's fine. It's not that big a deal. So anyway,
we got our first super chat here today. Connor Akers for $2. I'm surprised that Lizzo didn't eat Baby Yoda. Oh God. Can we not talk about that episode anymore? Yeah, she was full of Java. So, Rhodes, you ready to get into this, man?
Oh God, yeah.
You ready to get into this? What do you want to start at?
It don't matter.
Bush losing $6 billion.
That's with a B, folks, not an M. A B.
$6 billion.
Yeah.
Oh, the old saying, man, when you get woke, you go broke. Now, initially when I set up this stream, I only saw the 5 billion. Now, apparently it's 6 billion. This boycott seemed to work, man, when people fight against wokeness. Now, this thing actually does need to hold here. So Anheuser-Busch loses more than 6 billion in market value following transgender Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light deal. This needs to continue. Man, look at this graph. That's not an actual interactive graph. That's just a still image there. But look at it, way down.
Yeah. And hey, before we just jump straight into that, let me throw this out there to people. We're talking about Budweiser, Busch, Michelob, Bud Light, Natural Light. Natural Light.
I never had natural light.
And I hadn't either, but I wanted everybody to know that. And I'm trying to find any other potential products. Is Red Wolf still a thing? Rolling Rock, Shock Top, Johnny Appleseed, Land Shark. Land Shark? What? Wow.
I haven't had that either.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay. I just wanted to bring that up so everybody would have their boycotting bases covered. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm happy to say, man, that this boycott seems to be working, but it's going to have to continue. You're going to have to drop Anheuser-Busch the way that I dropped the NBA, the way I dropped Nike. Rhodes, I still have not watched an NBA game since 2020.
I haven't either.
My holdout has been pretty good.
I mean, look, a lot of places are covering the NBA. If it's not some drama, I'm not talking about the NBA. I have not watched a game at all.
Yeah. Oh, we got a nice little topic on the NBA too, by the way.
We'll
get to that later.
There's been some times that if they hadn't have done what they did, I would have tuned into some games, especially in the playoffs. But no, I haven't watched a single game. As soon as that Black Lives Matter showed up and they broke that news that was going to be on the court, I was out. I was done right there.
But look here, man, it's actually more than 6 billion. It actually says here 6.5 billion has been wiped out because of this. Does Anheuser-Busch not know the people that actually go out there and drink their beer? I mean, it's going to be your sports fans at games. Dylan Mulvaney said he didn't even know what March Madness was.
They knew because the executive blatantly said, we're trying to get rid of the frat boy image. Really? Because your leaked pictures sure could have fooled me.
Yeah.
Do we have those? Did we bring that story up where they found all the pictures of her partying back in the day?
I don't think
that's funny. Yeah, it's on the Post Millennial.
Oh, it is.
Well, anyway, yeah, they exposed her partying, drinking beer, all this kind of, the frat boy stuff that she was talking about, that she was wanting to weed out of the company, and she wanted to appeal to everybody. She knew damn good and well there was going to be people that was going to walk away from this product right here. They were going to walk away and no longer consume it. They had to have made a point as a corporation. We're going woke. We're jumping all in on social, and we're going to lose customers. That's all there is to it. Now, again, I feel bad for the guys like in that video that I did that is the beer distributor, the beer merchandiser who is taking a bath right now. And those guys make good money too. They do.
The little man is the one that's going to get hurt here. The little man, the middleman that actually does the distribution. You actually did that video on that guy, right? He's stocking the shelves, and there's a whole bunch of Bud Light still on the shelves.
It's just there. Yeah. I mean, they're not selling any beer right now at all. They've destroyed their brand. They truly have.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, this will be a brand that people, I said, people, when it comes to beer, they're very loyal. We all know that one guy, he's a Coors guy. Oh, well, my boy over here, he's a Miller Lite guy. Well, this guy's a Bud Light guy. We know. I mean, we've described our friends. by the beer that they drank. I mean, that's an actual thing. And once these guys are out, once they have pulled out and decided to walk away from your beer brand, something that they would have fought somebody in a bar over, to defend. F you, man. I like Bud Light.
Can we be honest?
Yeah.
The beer drinkers are probably going to be alpha males for the most part. They're going to be alphas.
Oh, yeah.
They drink that beer and they feel manly when they're drinking that beer.
We're watching sports, we're sitting outside. Like I live on a lake. I could sit outside, drink a 12-pack of beer, and fish all day. Want to know what kind of beer I'm not going to be drinking? Bud Light.
No.
Right? And once those guys move on, they'll identify another beer. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move over to Coors. That's a wrap. Yeah. Budweiser, it's a wrap. You can come out on bended knee right now and issue an apology, and people would not come back. You could issue a can with Donald Trump's picture on it. People are not coming back to it.
Yeah.
We're not going to forget the middle finger you gave us,
Yeah, they want to get rid of the frat boy image. But, Rose, I went to college. You went to college, right?
Correct.
What was happening on Saturday nights? A whole bunch of partying, a whole bunch of beer.
Beer drinker. Beer drinker. Yeah.
A lot. After football games in college, everybody went to the clubs. I remember when I was in college, people went to the clubs on Friday nights, right down the road at this place called Cowboys. Lots of beer, lots of alcohol. Saturday night after football games, lots of beer, lots of alcohol. But this company now wants to pander to the activists. And the activists hate everybody and everything that's not like them. When you see Dylan Mulvaney with a Bud Light, didn't Dylan Mulvaney say that he didn't even drink beer or something in that clip?
Well, look, it's just like...
Didn't even drink Bud Light or something?
It's just like our entertainment products. This is just like Star Wars. You're trying to cater to a whole bunch of people that, to be honest with you, aren't even tuned in to said product. You're catering to people that's not even in your demographic, and they don't drink beer. They're not beer drinkers.
Here's a prime example right here. That new Leslie Headland Star Wars show, The Acolyte. Did you hear what one of the stars in it said?
No.
There are no good or bad guys in Star Wars. He actually said that. I was
Have you ever seen the Star Wars?
Have you
ever seen the Star Wars?
So what do you mean? The Emperor's not good? I mean, the Emperor's not bad? Vader choked out his wife. But it's not bad, right? Yeah. This is kind of the same thing here. They don't care about their target audience anymore.
No.
And people are tuning out.
It's crazy that social agendas have now overtaken basic capitalism 101. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Let's take so-and-so opens a business. I'm opening a diner.
Okay.
Does anybody ever open a diner and go in, they put their business plan together, they walk in to a bank, they want to get their business loan, they sit down for the business loan in front of the banker, they put out their business plan, and the banker's looking and goes, well, you haven't projected any profits, you haven't projected when you might come out of the red into start turning a profit on this business. You haven't projected sales or any of that. Well, I'm opening this diner because I'm hoping to spread the message of peace and love to the world. But what about the money? Yeah. Well, that's secondary. That banker's gonna go. He's gonna deny He's going to rubber stamp a denial on your loan proposal that you put in for your business because they want you to make money so you can pay back the loan and turn a profit and be successful. I mean, even big business at one time wanted to run with the idea of making a lot of money. And what they're doing is they're very foolishly, Disney's doing it too. Nike's doing it too. They're running off of history. That's it. They're running off of history, off of what they made before 2 years ago and before.
Yeah.
You know, and I bring up 2 years ago because that's when George Floyd happened and it was a trapdoor.
It's trapdoor. Like 3 years now. 3 years. Can you believe it?
Oh, it has been 3 years.
Yes, 2023.
Wow.
Man, time is just
crazy.
Just flying.
I mean, and not only that, and I'm seeing the wokes go nuts. Oh my God, they're mad about beer. I'm like, bitches, weren't you mad about Uncle Ben Rice and Aunt Jemima?
Yep.
Damn syrup or something? Wasn't that something you were losing your mind over? Branded it racist? You just lost your mind over products. We went through that whole deal. Yep. I mean, George Floyd happened. You and me were on a live stream on another channel, and we said, everything we know dies today. It is all ruined today. Yeah. Everything will turn into one big virtue signal.
But I don't think we actually saw this, though.
Well, did I think they were going to cancel like Uncle Ben Rice? No, I kind of didn't. Well, I'm talking
about where you have like Nike having a quote unquote transgender promoting women's products, women's sports. I didn't see that.
If you're asking me, did I see chicks with a D coming, wearing bras and promoting them for Nike? Nah. I mean, I guess I didn't see that shit coming. I didn't.
I never thought I would actually see an open push for transgenderism in kids. I didn't see that. But nothing surprised me anymore. Man, we got 420 people watching this show. We got about 200 on the sports channel, 223 on the network channel. We got it's not showing me about Rumble as far as the
actual
news channel. But we got 13 I know watching on the sports channel because I'm logged into the sports channel over there. I believe that is the reason why. I can't see that, but man, you guys are amazing for showing up with us here this morning. Speaking of, man, we're not done with the Dylan Mulvaney thing because now we need to talk about Nike, who once was a great sports brand, but no more. Obviously not. Everybody knows what they did with China. The NBA has been all into that also as well. But they got Dylan Mulvaney to push products for women. And guess what? We are happy to report that people are fighting back against this also as well. This is actually happening on TikTok. I can't believe this is actually happening on TikTok. Now, I haven't been on TikTok, but Burn Bra Challenge takes over TikTok in protest of Nike's Dylan Mulvaney ads. I'm liking this right here. Now, people are burning their bras, Rose. You actually told me about this one.
Hey, Melissa, if you're watching right now, I know you got a pair of Nike draws in there. I'm going to take them draws out on the deck, and I'm going to light them bitches on fire. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm going to burn your draws in front of God and everybody. I may do that today and put it on camera.
You know,
God,
what,
this
Rose?
is great. I'm so happy to see women step up and say, no, bitch, this is a man. This is a dude, okay?
And speaking of Rhodes, I'm looking at this picture right here. Now, Dylan Mulvaney got this facial feminization surgery. I'm looking at that neck right there. That's a man's neck.
That old manly ass Lee Majors fall guy neck right there.
and you want to know something, man? You know how you can really tell that the T's, if they're a biological man, you notice they always wearing a bunch of makeup, right?
Oh yeah.
You look at them without the makeup.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't care what kind of surgery you get, you're looking like a man.
Yeah. Excuse me, your John Schneider Dukes of Hazzard neck is showing right now, Dylan. Yeah. I hate to break it to you. Oh man. God, John Snyder's probably watching this going, why'd you bring me into this shit?
We're bit fans, John, in case you watch.
Yeah.
We're bit fans. Dukes of Hazzard, Smallville, yeah, bit fans. But it says here, several women have taken to TikTok to join the Burn Bra Challenge to destroy their Nike sports bras after the sportswear giant hired transgender grifter Dylan Mulvaney to flog the company's sports bras and leggings. A TikTok user called herself Chatterbox Mama, and who also describes herself as a Southern Mama, posted her Burn Bra Challenge on Tuesday, in which she is seen setting a Nike women's sports top on fire, as she tells viewers that she is sick and tired of the company pushing women around, the New York Post reported. Now, you notice in this whole trans thing, the women are actually the ones that's being ignored. They are. I mean, Nike, they didn't go out and get a woman to actually endorse sports gear. They got to do.
Oh, they're crapping all over vaginas right now.
Yeah,
just to death. It's diarrhea all over women.
Oh, I mean, it's ridiculous. We got a video of this too. I didn't know we had.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, she's burning this on video. Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to watch this. Go ahead, Rose. Go ahead.
We brought visual aids.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not the one that actually pulled this one up. Rose actually pulled this one up. I heard about it slightly. Have you seen the video?
Start it up. Just hit it. She says she's mad. Mama Bear is mad.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
All you real women out there, we are in the fight of all fights. Since the 1960s, we have been fighting for the right to be women the way you're treating us currently like men. You're pushing us around. You're calling us names. Nike, you should be ashamed of yourself. You chose a little boy with no breasts and some junk in his pants to represent real women. Nike, I am done with you. I will never, ever buy another Nike product as long as I live. And there are millions and millions and millions of women just like me. This is our day to start this challenge. Burn your Nike bras. If you don't have a Nike bra, then use another bra as a symbol, as a way of showing our solidarity and how serious we are, that we will be recognized. We are the queens. Your consumers hit you where it hurts, and that's right in your pocket. Let's go back to the 60s. This is your Burn Your Nike Bra challenge. It starts today. I challenge every real woman that is sick of this nonsense. It's a great night to burn my Nike bras. Challenge you to burn your bras and film it. They're pushing us around. We're not doing anything about it like that. It's the symbolism. Good night, ladies. I believe in you.
I like that.
I do too. This reminds me of there's a couple of very vocal mama bears out there that were formerly Democrats and leftists who have since switched over to Trump supporters because, and they were active feminists, by the way. And I've seen them come up. They've been on Fox News several times, but when all these leftists went after the children at school and the parents with all the school board shit, these feminists got pissed off and flipped the script on the Democrats and switched sides because they was like, wait a minute, you're trying to push all this trans stuff, all this. Good luck, Democrats. If you lose the feminist, that was one of your biggest bases. If you lose the feminist and where their vote's going to go because you've decided to crap all over women, which is what they've decided to do. We're actively shitting on women's rights. Doing it. We're not even hiding it. We're doing it right out there. Crapping all over women. We don't give a damn about women's fairness in sports. I mean, nothing's sacred. We're a hee-hee and a ha-ha like this one when it comes to your freaking tampons. We're being cute out there. Things that women have to deal with, have the hard stuff. They're making light of this crap.
Yeah.
Women are getting pissed. Women are pissed.
Is it safe to say now that the feminists that's still on board with this, they're actually really just misogynists now?
They're full on man supporters.
Yeah.
Y'all some women haters. You ever heard that term? That's a woman hater.
Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird now are misogynists.
Oh, absolutely.
They're misogynists.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why Megan Rapinoe is pushing this, she's done. She don't have to worry about competing against anybody. Riley Gaines called her out on that. And by the way, Riley Gaines, she had deleted that tweet, but she actually did put it up again. I think she just made some changes to it. And that was it.
They're all of that activism that all these, I guess they consider themselves part of the LGBTQ elemental P plus Niner community that was all pro women. It's a wrap. Your voice is officially silent with actual women because you don't care about them. You don't care about them. You're saying it. Hey, that dude that's swinging, bring him right on in this locker room.
Bingo.
Just let him swing all around. Ladies, you come in, you played ball out on the court, you sat down on the locker room bench, and here comes the heavy hanger walking right next to you. Leah, you just got out of the pool. Here comes Leah Thomas swinging his business right in front of your face, and you're supposed to be in a place that no man is supposed to be, which is a woman's locker room. I mean, all of this stuff is tied together. It's all tied together. Dylan Mulvaney, Leah Thomas, it's all in the same arena. Absolutely.
You want to know how to truly stop all of this? Because the feminists, the women are united on this. So they're going to continue to allow men to come in. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, we actually should be pushing a whole lot more men to actually identify as women. Completely destroy the women's sports. And then these people be like, what happened? What happened? Well, you kept pushing for men to come into your sports and into even modeling and other things like that. So they decided that they wanted to do it. You guys let it happen. So, but we don't have any spaces. That's not my problem. You were pushing for this.
The WNBA will become the TBA, the Trans Basketball Association.
I believe it's going to happen within 3 years now.
I think a player's going to go. I believe it. I believe it. You're going to get you're going to get a failed NBA player that is going to throw a wig on, and you watch if the WNBA truly pushes back against that, ends up pushing
But
back.
they're not.
The wokes,
You know how many WNBA players have said anything about this whole thing, Dylan Mulvaney? Zero. They have not pushed back against it.
Well, good. I can't wait for y'all to get dominated. Some dude's going to go out there and drop 55 on your asses every night.
Dwayne Wade got his son out there identifying as a girl. Boy, Dwayne Wade, one of the great two guards in NBA history.
Oh.
Man, start training your son to play. Start training your son to play. And boy, I believe his son would dominate. Because I don't believe his son is taking any hormones or anything. I don't think he is.
Oh,
but apparently all you got to do is just identify a certain way. You good, right?
So LeBron just walking out in a Karen wig, just
right.
Oh, what is he? 275 pounds, 6'8".
Yeah, LeBron is what? LeBron's going to be 39 at the end of the year. Maybe when his NBA career is over with, he may say, "Hey, you know what? I got a little bit more game left."
He's just coming right on into it. And you notice, this is what's hilarious about it. Do you notice, when's the last time a biological woman tried to walk into men's sports with an actual vagina? Walk into men's sport. How come you don't ever see this the other way around, folks?
They physically cannot do it. If you threw, and honestly, there's not one, you take the best. I don't know who the best WNBA player is. She would not make an NBA roster. She would not make it.
Oh, no.
She would get annihilated.
No. She would get dominated by a lot of high school basketball players.
They're too slow. I mean, they're too slow. They don't have the muscle structure. Like if you threw a prime Diana Taurasi, because Diana Taurasi is definitely up there in the top women's basketball players of all time. She would get destroyed easily.
Who's the greatest one? Lisa Leslie? Is she the greatest WNBA player of all time?
It's probably Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi was, man, look at Diana Taurasi in college.
I know she was a great college player.
Boy, she was a great college women's player. WNBA, I believe she's a 3-time MVP in the WNBA. Let's just take it. I'll just use her because I know she's way up there.
Cheryl Swoops
is good.
Yeah. Candace Parker was good. Yep. Cheryl Swoops considered the best maybe of all time. Oh, no, okay. No. Hey, Brittany Griner.
Cheryl Swoops
Brittany Griner.
The thing is, Cheryl Swoops, she wasn't even the best player on the Houston Comets. It was why's the name slip my head right now? Because she won all the MVPs and stuff.
Cynthia Cooper?
Cynthia Cooper, yeah. But I actually saw them play because they were right out here in Houston. They couldn't touch an NBA player. And it's not even close. There's a difference between men and women.
You will never convince me that these dudes that are doing this are not just looking for fame and physical domination.
Yeah. But because look at this. Who was Dylan Mulvaney before the whole trans thing? How many people actually knew Dylan Mulvaney? Nobody.
No, I would be nobody.
Think of this also. Bruce Jenner. How relevant was Bruce Jenner before the whole transition thing? Now, back in the 70s, I get that. But Bruce Jenner was pretty irrelevant. And then all of a sudden, I'm a transition. And then what happened? Media personality skyrocket. And he was actually on the Kardashian show, but he was kind of like in the background, really wasn't, doing too much.
A lot of people are flagging me on the play because they're saying Brittany Griner is a dude. So I guess she can't count.
Well, have you seen her try to dunk?
No, I haven't.
It's not good.
Leaves something to be desired, does it?
It's not good. There's video out there of Brittany Griner trying to dunk. on ESPN missing all these dunks. If you had any question on
What is
Brittany
she,
Griner being
6'7" or 6'8"?
no, she's taller than that, huh?
She can't dunk?
No, she can dunk, but it's a challenge.
Oh,
I mean, I believe Lisa Leslie was the first WNBA player to dunk in a game, and if you actually look at the dunk in the NBA, that would be like, oh, he almost missed. It wasn't anything spectacular. Like you'll never see a WNBA player doing it around the world dunking. No. Oh my God, I like this comment here.
yeah, yeah.
Ed Nelson. Bud went from real men of genius to trans women with penis. That's epic right there. That's epic right there. I
It's
like
baffling that we're talking
I
about.
like that comment right there.
Oh, people are bringing up old Bruce Jenner on Wheaties boxes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's so weird because he still considers himself a conservative. That's what's funny about his whole situation, you know? Like he has been extremely critical of all of this crap.
Yeah, he's been slamming all of this T stuff.
All of it.
All this stuff with the T's, transitioning kids and everything.
You know, he still dates chicks.
I know. Just because I believe one of the misconceptions about the whole T thing is it has nothing to do with your sexual preference. Like Will Thomas still likes girls, attracted to girls. That dude must be in heaven in women's locker rooms. He has to be.
That's a twisted MFer. I mean, come on.
Yeah, fully intact too. I mean, you're in the locker room, you're seeing all these women get undressed from their bathing suits. Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's in heaven.
Nasty ass mother.
Now it says here, thoughts to share. Bruce was starting his transition before he met Chris. Yeah, I believe.
Right?
Yeah, well, I guess I think Kim Kardashian had said that she had called him like putting on dresses or something before in the past. I think she had said that.
So what the hell was Chris doing exactly? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
What was going on in her head right there? You know?
I don't know.
I mean, somebody's got to question the women that are laying down with the trans dude.
But I think one thing that Bruce / Caitlyn needs to realize that woke T community don't like you.
Oh no,
they hate.
Yeah,
Bruce / Caitlyn Jenner, hate him. They don't accept him. But hey, I give him credit. He's not backing down on the stuff going on with kids, though.
Yeah, somebody brought this up. Connor Akers. You remember Robert Kardashian and OJ were?
Yeah,
they were tight.
They're real tight.
Yeah.
Just think of this, man. Look at the men associated with the Kardashians. I mean, Lamar Odom almost died. Look at Kanye. We just talked about Bruce / Caitlyn. I mean, it's a disaster, man.
I lived in Liberty City twice as a kid.
Where's Liberty City?
Right down there around you, like about maybe 30 minutes north.
I know there's Liberty, but there's a Liberty City also.
Oh no, Liberty City. Oh hell, that's just right down the road, man. Oh crap.
Yeah, Liberty and Liberty City, not the same thing.
What am I thinking about? Yeah. Liberty City, like outside Kilgore.
Yeah, Liberty is like 30 minutes from me.
Yeah. Well, I know people in the Liberty City. My sister, I'm not going to divulge, but my sister lived there her whole life. So,
gotcha. Over here on the Rumble News, Black and White News chat, Crystal T13 says hello. Just want to highlight the people over there as well. All right. Let's go ahead and dive into let's jump back to some news here. Okay.
Let's do it.
Now, this whole thing, we're still talking about the trans stuff right here. Now, Idaho, the state of Idaho has banned the transitioning of children. Now, this story here shocked me a little bit because this woke school board member actually threatened the life. Well, not threatened the life, but threatened the Idaho governor. But get this, for some reason, this person on the school board is actually in high school. This kid's only 18 years old. I don't know how this happened. I mean, bros, this makes no sense to me here. Look at this. This on Post Millennial. I will piss on your grave. Teen trans activist threatens Idaho governor after ban on child sex changes. This kid is on the school board. How do you actually allow?
What? How's a kid on a school board?
I have no idea. I actually had to look it up. I was like, okay, he's a high school student, but yet he's on the school board, so he's making decisions about what actually happens in the schools. How do you let this happen? I get that you're 18, but I don't think that students should be on the school board.
Man, that's a heavily Republican state too.
I don't know how this happened.
That's
But you know, school districts, they're independent school districts. But still, let's read some of this. A teenage Idaho school board member took to social media to launch a profanity-laden tweet at Idaho Governor Brad Little after the two-term Republican signed a law Tuesday that put a stop to gender affirming. That's the new term that the left likes to use. That's all it is.
That means
sex
chop
changes.
off. That means chop off the D care.
Pretty much. Anyway.
Yeah.
Treatments such as hormone therapy and puberty blockers being administered to minors. Quote, F you at Governor Little. 18-year-old Shiva. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. I can't say it. Anyway, Shiva, that's his first name, wrote in a now deleted tweet according to Fox News. Quote, I pray you live a long life so you can bear witness to the pain you've unleashed on Idaho's children and families today. When you do die, though, I'm pissing on your grave. What?
That sounds a little bit like a threat. That feels thready to me.
Yeah,
that's got a little twinge of threat in it, I think.
Right.
You know, like this guy sounds like he would love for this to prematurely happen. I mean, if I'm just being honest, I mean, that's crazy. Number one, some of this goes back to the parents. Where's the parent that walks out to the kid and grabs this kid by his ear and drags, you better get your ass back home. Where is the parents in all this?
I have no idea.
Are the parents just as crazy as the kid? Is that what's going on here?
Maybe so, man. I mean, who lets kids be on a school board? It says here the foul-mouthed high school senior, 18, sits on the school board of the high school in which he himself is enrolled. Now, I know that we have student councils. I was on a student council when I was in school, but student council didn't really have any power over the school. This guy has influence over the school. How did you actually let this happen? Now he came out, he apologized here. So right here on Twitter, let me pull up Twitter because I do have it over here. His apology here. So let me go ahead and share this. I wish StreamYard made it easier to flip from tab to tab, but well,
they don't.
Yeah, but right here, he says sometimes we need to feel all the feels and say what we're really thinking. Out of respect for my colleagues, below is my statement addressing my last tweet. I remain steadfast in my love for Idaho's trans community and in my rage at our leaders over passage of this hateful bill. Wow. So you want to stop this? The state wants to stop the indoctrination and sterilization of children. He calls it hateful. But this was what he put out here.
I called it child abuse if it actually happens.
Exactly. That's what it is. He says, I have received some concerns that the language in my last tweet was inappropriate and inconsistent with my position as a school board member. Should be on the school board. Of course, my tweets are my own and my own only, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization which I'm affiliated, nor would I engage or condone any sentiment or language in a board meeting or a classroom. My strong language is reflected of my anger and frustration with the pointlessness of diplomatic dialogue with legislators and a governor who has shown such little regard for the lives of Idaho youth. The hypocrisy of suggesting that a profane tweet is more harmful than HB 71 could unleash on our trans and non-binary youth baffles me. I remain unapologetic in my commitment to our LGBTQ plus community. My goodness. They actually allowed this guy to be on the school board. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he I believe he won't be participating in some things now because of his tweet that he actually did delete. But you know what? This is the left, though, man. This leftists are out of their minds.
People have got to quit entertaining this. They've got to quit enabling this bullshit.
Yeah,
they got to stop it. We got to quit. What happened to society that there's a certain section of society that's decided this kind of rhetoric is normal? That's where the problem is. When do we start cracking back open the insane asylums? Anybody?
We definitely
I mean,
do need that.
We're going to need them. By the time we get around to cracking the insane asylums back open, we're going to need football stadiums to put these people into.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. These people have got to start going behind closed doors, padded rooms. You need help. You need therapy. There's something wrong with you. You're sick. I mean,
but look here, we got more information on this dude.
Okay.
Shabi self-identified as a climate activist. As a 7th grader, and by the 9th grade was participating in large-scale climate and anti-gun protests. He hates the Second Amendment. As a high school senior, he is fully entrenched into far-left extreme activism and has entered the trans right movement in no quiet way. I believe they meant in a no quiet way, while also snagging a seat in local government, a paradoxical dynamic which allows the students to rule over the actions of the teacher. This is why he's saying this, because he actually has more influence over the teachers because he's on the school board. The path he follows the path of Shabi, I guess that's his name, follows a blueprint. I cannot talk. Designed by far left extremist groups that targets young children in order to radicalize and indoctrinate them. A cycle which they themselves then repeat by spreading the same ideology to their peers. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he actually went on the attack of the governor. This is left-wing extremism right here.
Wow. In the state, too, no less, in Idaho.
Yeah.
It's creeping in everywhere, folks. Don't take it for granted. If you're in Florida, if you're in Texas, you're in Idaho.
It's happened. This kind of crazy stuff is happening everywhere.
It's going down, right? Dallas, Texas. I mean, drag shows, kids present, penises right out in front of kids, all this stuff.
Even in rural areas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this person's on a school board. My God, the thought of this person influencing anybody is just scary. It's frightening, you know? Yeah. I don't know. Again, we're dealing with mental illness here. We're dealing with normalized mental illness.
I think it's more indoctrination than mental illness.
All the above.
At this point, it's more indoctrination. Now, transgenderism, true people that suffer from gender dysphoria, I believe that's a mental illness. But what you're seeing right now is pure indoctrination. Why? Because Rhodes, which side of the political aisle is having all these kids actually, quote unquote, transition?
Oh, it's the left side of the aisle.
Not much on the right.
If you're of sound mental mind, though, you should be able to have the common sense to veer yourself out of it.
Yeah. So
even indoctrination,
this is political indoctrination. It is not really as big of a medical issue as they want you to believe.
It's a society that's void of morals and values because they've enabled this into a normalizing behavior. There's a certain section of the aisle that's just looking at this as this person's the same as any other. No, there's something wrong there. There's something not right. There's a screw loose here. All right. And we got to quit. Well, we're being accepting. That's hate. No, that's something that's mentally off here. You got to get these politicians out of office. At the end of the day, you got to vote these people out.
Yeah. You're going to have to
vote these people out.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe, was it California that said that they are a sanctuary state now or something for child sex changes? I think it was California. No, it could have been another state. But I wouldn't be surprised if California was.
It's, man, it's frightening how common this is becoming.
Yeah.
That's the most jarring part of all this. I mean, if you just take a step back, even go back 5 years, and if somebody told you, hey, this is the way people are thinking now, you'd be like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? Of course, no way. No way. Yeah, just acceptable. Some states, this is just normalized behavior. Nothing to see here. Please move along. You've let the devil walk in the door and chose to just turn away and not look.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we got a $2 super chat here from D. James. ZW just pulled up. Johnny Rhodes, salute to you and chat. Well, thank you for that donation. We appreciate all the super chats coming in. They really do help us out a lot here to continue to do this show because we want to do it 4 days a week. All right. Let's see here. What do we have next on deck here? You want to talk about Riley Gaines? She was actually on with Dan Dockich from Outkick. And she actually got into the details of her attack. And of course, you guys probably already know that on San Francisco State, they're actually calling Riley Gaines the violent one. When there is all the evidence that those communist students were violent. Nothing is going to happen to them. Now, if I'm the campus police over there at San Francisco State, I'm quitting. Every single officer at San Francisco State should quit because the administration threw them under the bus. Why? Because they were protecting Riley Gaines from the mob.
You've lost control.
Yeah.
You've lost control.
Yeah.
You've got no authority. None.
Yeah.
Zero.
They don't respect you whatsoever.
The inmates are running the asylum at this point now.
Remember, San Francisco defunded their police in the summer of love. They defunded the police. They hate you.
The Cash App guy just got stabbed to death in broad daylight in San Francisco. And their lunatic mayor went on talking about, blamed it on Trump.
Everything is Trump's fault, right? Rose, Trump has been out of office for what? About 2 years and 4 months.
Too long.
And everything that goes bad, they want to say, hey, it's actually Trump's fault. But let's go ahead and get into this because we do got the video here.
Low hanging fruit. That's lazy by leftists. Come on, let's blame Trump. I ain't got an excuse for it. I don't have a good one. Let me just blame Trump and all the people on the left side will be a TT and a ha-ha and all that. Yeah, Trump, F him. It's his fault. Okay.
Yeah. Riley Gaines details.
I'm about to start screaming, lock them up, is what I'm fixing to start screaming.
Yeah. Riley Gaines details harrowing situation at SFSU. I feared for my life in that moment, and she appeared on Dan Dockett's show on Outkick here. And we're going to listen into this. This is about 2.5 minutes here. She actually details what happened to her.
Jamila Moore, who is the vice president of stupidity, apparently, at San Francisco State. She's the one that came out and said, yeah, our students acted peacefully. It reminds me of the riots where you saw, footage of places burning a couple years ago, and they're like, hey,
it's mostly peaceful.
How infuriating is it to see these comments from these idiots?
Like I mentioned, I'm not going to say that I feared for my life in that moment, yet she's going to call it peaceful.
Right.
They were negotiating ransom if I wanted to make it home safely, and she's going to call it peaceful. We must have totally different definitions of peaceful, because that is not peaceful to me. The protesters who were in the room initially, they had orchestrated a sit-in. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew there was going to be this sit-in. I had gotten word of it before I got there. And I'm totally fine with the sit-in. I'm totally fine if people want to come and express their views. I opened it up for questions at the end, to which I answered all of their questions. We had, there were some individuals I had great dialogue with. That is peaceful protest for the most part. Again, there was some heckling. There was some things that probably could have been avoided, but I'm totally cool with that. But being rushed, being physically and verbally assaulted, that is not peaceful by any means. And I think that's what, truthfully, I think this backfired on the protesters, because this only really increased my social media following. It only increased people's eyes being open to seeing how unhinged these people can be in the disguise of being kind and inclusive again, and tolerant. This was not done out of tolerance or love or compassion. It's vengeful is what it is. They were yelling in the hallway, trans rights are under attack. What do? We fight back. That is not peaceful. I don't even know how many times I can say it, but for Jamila Moore to do this and then go to her social media and block me, she felt it necessary. So I couldn't see her posts anymore. It's so childish. It's so immature. And I can't fathom how sharing how I felt uncomfortable in a locker room with a male and how the unfair competition piece is wrong is this controversial.
Yeah, so that's Riley Gaines right there with Dan Dockage from Outkick. She feared for her life, man. If you watch that video, man, those Marxist students, that was not peaceful.
She was under attack.
She was under attack. How many police officers she had around her?
She was under physical threat, and it seemed like none of those people really and truly gave a... This is how much the police have lost control. Those protesters didn't really care about the police, if you get right down to it. They didn't respect the police. They were all banging up against the police and everything. And looking at you, police. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm still of the rule of thumb that if a criminal bangs up against a cop, he ought to better turn around and Mike Tyson that ass. And just, I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean,
yeah,
respect law enforcement or get dealt with the hard way, you know?
Yeah.
And you should be able to send a message to the rest of the crowd right there. Back off, respect authority, respect the police. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about her, to be honest.
Me too.
With her going out the way she is now and doing these And I understand what she's doing is valuable. It's very valuable. But these people are on her. They're after her now.
Yeah.
You know, they see her as a and she's right. Her following has blown up.
Yeah, it has.
Even more
It
so. And she's going to be a target now. That she's going to have a
No
target
doubt
on
about
her
it.
back. They don't respect anything. I would say this: try to go where mainly you're going to be speaking to a red crowd, because I got to be honest with you, the blue doesn't care what she's got to say. They don't have any respect for her. They're not going to respect her ability to go out there and have free speech and tell her story. They don't care about her story. It's the same thing they did to Tommy Lahren when she was doing the TP USA thing out in New Mexico State. She had to lock herself in.
Spins the narrative. They lie. They're lying about everything that went on over there.
These people are having to be busted out of places that they're speaking, just doing public speaking. They've got the okay to come into these facilities and give these speeches, but these people aren't willing to protect them after they told them that they could come there.
Yep.
I mean, they're not willing to follow the law and make sure that people are not going to come in harm's way. Protesting is one thing. Look, protesting is standing out on the sidewalk with your little sign that you're waving up and down that says, hell no, we won't go, and you're walking around in a circle or some shit. That's protesting. Coming over and hit me in the head with an elbow, nah, that's assault.
Right.
And it's
right.
go time. There's a difference.
We got more detail than what was on the clip here. So I guess this is an extension right here. She says, quote, I give my speech. And of course, there's many protesters in the room, but I welcome protesters. I welcome people with different perspectives. That's why I chose to go somewhere like San Francisco. I know a lot of them won't agree with me, but that's who I want to get in front of. That's who I want to change their minds to see from my perspective. So there was a lot of protesters, and it was relatively civil. There was some heckling, but it was good. After the event, almost as soon as it finished, it was as if the floodgates opened and I was rushed. People from outside the classroom rushed in. They flickered the lights off. They stormed the podium, and they were pushing and shoving and hitting. And I was supposed to meet with the head of campus police a half an hour before the event to discuss an exit strategy if this happened. But the police never showed up to meet me.
Wow.
And so I had no idea there was even police in the room. So at this moment, I feared for my life. It's so chilling to know that these people know what these people want to do to you and what they're willing to do to you. At this point, an undercover police officer grabbed me. So this guy was undercover, which I truly didn't want to follow her at the time because I didn't really believe she was the police. But she was saying, come with me, and I didn't have much of an option. She's pushing me along. We exit the classroom in the hallway to where it was filled with more protesters. I'm talking hundreds. We could not exit the building. We were on the third floor, and the stairs were packed. So we had to resort to going to another classroom along the hallway where I was barricaded in for 3 hours. Gaines detailed what happened. In 3 hours, she feared for her life inside a classroom, not knowing if she was going to be able to leave. Quote, in these 3 hours, these protesters, they sat outside. They banged on the walls. They stomped on the floor. They screamed terrible, violent, awful things to both myself and the campus police who were there. Why didn't the campus police actually make a move in? Because I don't understand that.
I hope in this lawsuit she's suing the campus police. I would file a lawsuit against them too. They need to be investigated as to why they weren't doing their job to actually serve and protect and protect. It sounds to me like
Oh,
they were more pro protest than they were about doing their actual job without
no.
their
She said
partisan
something
beliefs
next time
being
I'm going to
put in
read.
it.
She said something
All
next
right.
here I'm going to read. Where was I at? She says, I missed my flight home because I was stuck in this room. They were negotiating money with the dean of students if I wanted to make it home safely. They claim if I got paid by the university to be there, it's only fair that they get paid if I get to make it home safely. Which, first of all, I didn't get paid by the university to be there. That was a misconception. Now, here's the thing right here. Quote, it just felt like the police weren't doing their job adequately because they were terrified. They didn't want to be accused of anything. They didn't want to be assertive in any way that they could make it look like they were anything other than an ally to this community. See, that's the thing, man. If the police actually moved in, you know what the university would have said. The campus police were attacking peaceful protesters.
Yep.
And the police probably knew that right there.
Yeah, the police are sitting back going, do we really have the ability to do our job correctly? Because, yeah, I mean, you number one, isn't that kidnapping? I mean,
Yeah,
if you
no doubt about
grab
it.
somebody, you got them trapped in a room, you're not allowed to let them leave, and you're asking for a ransom? Question mark? That sounds to me like what they're asking. We're asking for a ransom for this person to be allowed to leave with their life. I would sue everybody.
I would
As
too.
many people as I could sue, I would sue everybody involved. This is absurd. It truly is. Wow. I gotta recognize the fact that I'm glad that Dan Dockage got out of ESPN. You know, he was with ESPN for years.
Yeah, he re-signed with Outkick, new contract.
Well, he used to actually be a host. He would a guest host of Mike and Mike. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
It was a long time ago. All right, we got super chats here. Iron Man $5. John, park a hourglass battleship on the woke coast media and fire at will. Thanks to that super chat. We got another one here. Also, let me scroll down to it here. Yvette Moore for $5 Australian. Finally, an actual stunning and brave woman. The great unwashed will do anything to stop her, including lie. They're going to lie. And they have been lying. ESPN has not covered this at all. They have said nothing at all about this.
Yeah, I'm going to back the Blue, provided the Blue does their job. If somebody's not complying and they put a dude down because they're not complying, that's one thing. But when the police doesn't serve and protect, like all of those pussies in Uvalde, if I was the parents, I would sue all those mother effing cops.
Yep.
All of them. I would own that police station. Why? Because they didn't have the guts to go in like Nashville and put somebody down that was in there harming kids. Police officers still have a job to do. Okay? That's what you signed up for. You went in there knowing today might be the day that I don't come home. That's the job. Okay? Now, I think our campus police actually, at our colleges, I mean, they've got the authority to, I mean, the ones I've seen, they all carry guns. They're
their own precinct.
Yeah.
That's what they are. They're real police. They ain't rent-a-cops.
The only thing, I don't think they have, quote unquote, maybe a jail, but they call like the sheriff in and then they transfer them out. But they've got the ability to carry out, uphold the law like any cop.
Yeah, they can. My best friend was a University of Houston police officer before he moved back to Beaumont.
Yeah, I shouldn't have dropped the P word, but that Uvalde thing just drives me nuts the way that was handled. It truly was.
We got 2 more stories here to cover before we wrap up this show here. Guys, the demand for racism seems to be high on the left, but there's a problem. There's not enough supply. Have you noticed that, Rhodes? The left screams racism all the time. Beijing Biden's administration says that white supremacy is the biggest threat out there.
Oh, we're in a bind. We're in a bind. I'm gonna signal in racism out of the bullpen. We're tired. We need racism to come in out of the bullpen. Can we get that?
Yeah.
Oh, we're fresh out. I'll manufacture some. Not to worry. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, news isn't reporting anything on racist attacks by white people. I haven't heard any of them in 2023, not even 2022. So I believe that the government is just lying and trying to manipulate data. That even goes into universities. Now, this story here actually happened in Florida, at Florida State University. Check this out. Florida State University professor leaves $190,000 a year job after accusations of faking data on racism. Yeah, this woke professor, he was a criminologist, if I'm not mistaken. Criminologist. And I believe he was trying to say that as you get like more black people in a certain community, that all of a sudden the crime and all that increases or something like that. But we're going to read it here, so I want to make sure that I'm not messing this up. Eric Stewart, a criminology professor at FSU, left his position suddenly amid a multi-year investigation into his alleged academic fraud. Stewart had 6 research studies retracted throughout the investigation after it was alleged he misrepresented data to exaggerate how prevalent racism is in American society. In one paper, Stewart, who made $190,000 per year at Florida State, falsely claimed there was a correlation between a criminal's race and the public's desire to see harsher prison sentences for said criminal.
What?
However, an investigation revealed there was no correlation and that the sample size had been increased to yield Stewart's desired outcome.
Oh.
So he was cooking the books on this. Cooking the books. Prior to his abrupt exit, which was first reported by Florida Standard, Stewart had been at Florida State University for 16 years. Wow. The professor who first exposed himself for his misconduct, Justin Pickett, teaches criminology at University of Albany. He co-authored a paper with Stewart in 2011. Pickett alleges the problem of data manipulation is widespread in academia.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It's the same thing with the government out there where they're saying that white supremacy is the biggest threat to this country. No, woke supremacy is the biggest threat out there. Quote, there's a huge monetary incentive to falsify data, and there's no accountability. If you do this, the probability you'll get caught is so low, he told the Florida Standard. Stewart holds a PhD in sociology from Iowa State University. So there you have it. The man quit because he was trying to paint systemic racism out there when that was not the case. You know, it's kind of like...
Do we think they haven't cooked the books all the way across the board?
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know, it's just like these leftists out there saying that voting rights are under attack. No, it's not under attack. Everybody has the right to vote. What they're lying about is that in 2020 you had these leftists out there, leftist politicians, changing stuff because of the Wuhan virus. But once that ended, they want to say, oh, they're trying to take away voting rights. No, what you guys were doing, and it happened out here in Harris County, wasn't legal. I mean, the only way you can actually change voting is through the state legislature,
Right.
not in the
Right.
county.
They took an opportunity when that virus came in. They said, "Oh, we have an opportunity here to do something." And they used that opportunity to start changing a bunch of things that would skew everything into their favor, right?
Yep.
Of course, I'm one of these people that feels like being able to vote should be an honor and something that you should go out of your way to actually do. Get up, go wherever you need to go in person, and show your actual ID. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, if I don't have a problem showing my ID, why does somebody else?
I mean,
Why do you want it?
I guess to them, the mere fact of having an ID is racist, then, right? Because showing your ID to them is racist. The point of having an ID is to prove who you are, right?
I'm going to be real here, and people in the chat might be like, "Whoa." I'm going to be honest. In order to be a functioning member of society in America, you should be, as best you can outside of health issues, you should be a contributor to America.
Yeah.
All right? You should, whether it's from work, however you do it, you should be a contributor. Well, part of being a contributor should be being responsible enough to get up off your ass and go get a valid ID.
And it's free in a lot of states if you can't afford one.
To be a functioning individual in our working society, our capitalist society. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, what is your value? I don't want you hanging out at the house and collecting a free check for doing nothing. What is your value? Exactly. Yeah. I want you to get out there and add and keep the machine going. This country, our country, whether anybody likes it or not, it's a machine and it has to keep churning. It's an engine that has to keep putting fuel in, right?
Right.
And we're one of the folks. We're one of the pit crew that when America pulls in, we got to change the tires. We got to put the fuel in. We got to check under the hood. Got to do all this stuff, okay?
Right.
And look, if you don't want to have to go out of your way to contribute, all right. If you don't want to get an ID, okay. But I don't want to hear your bitching either because you think it's too hard to go vote. I mean, come on. Stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be the laziest SOB on the planet to not get up off your ass and go get an ID. And honestly, if you're that lazy, I don't give a shit what your preferences and your voting, where your voting lies anyway. I mean, come on, stop it. You want to vote to just be able to keep collecting a free check or whatever it is your goal is? Yeah, you're not really all that valuable to society, are you?
Yeah.
You're not. I'm sorry. I mean, come on. It rubs me the wrong way when people get something for free. But anyway, that's privilege. That's privilege.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joey Gouda with a $5 super chat says, hey, thank you guys a lot for going live. We do this show now on the network channel Monday through Thursday. We added the sports channel because there was a lot of crossover with sports. So we really do appreciate it. We're going to try to do this all the time. And Monday through Thursday, because tomorrow we actually have the member live stream. So at the same time, just for members, channel members of the channels and the website. So Monday through Thursday, I love doing these shows every day. Don't you?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'm having a good time doing it.
Yeah, me too.
I tell you what I will do. I need to jump up and turn my air conditioner on.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's getting very hot in here.
Go ahead, man. We got one more topic here. While he's doing that, I'm gonna get that one ready here. I'm not gonna get into it till Rhodes actually gets back though. But let me see. I don't know how long it's gonna take Rhodes to actually come back on here. Not familiar with his house, so you guys here in the chat. Somebody said they were muted. No, nobody's muted. Nobody's muted. Let's see here. Oh, good point about the IDs. You can renew your ID online now and have it mailed to you. Yeah. Over here in Texas, I believe you can actually go about, like I had to go in person this time to get my driver's license renewed because that was last year because I got it like in 2009 and I was able to renew it one time just online. The next time I actually had to go in. So it is convenient. And also you make an appointment, you don't have to wait as long when you actually have to go in. So John, you're awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. We are here for you guys. We're here to give you guys content to enjoy. I know a lot of people don't like the mainstream media, so that is why we are here. That's why we're here. Well, we got one more topic here to talk about. Let me make sure.
It is Diet Mountain Dew. Right there, Diet Mountain Dew.
Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody's super chat here. Because I haven't scrolled through. I think I got all the super chats. And let me check Streamlabs too before we get into this last topic here.
Got 25 watching on Black and White News.
Oh, good job.
Over on Rumble. Thank you, folks, on Rumble for tuning in right now. We appreciate it.
Good. Yeah, we got overall I think we had like about 500 at one point. All right. Let's go ahead and we got one more topic to talk about here. And
what is this fact? You get disability now for alcoholism? Is that a fact?
Really?
No kidding.
I had no idea about that.
You drank yourself into a stupor and now you get paid for it? You get a check. Okay.
I had no idea.
Wow. Good God. Oh, and for having a temper, I guess. God, where is Bud Light, aka Fairy P? Hold on. And for being bipolar as well, you get a check.
Didn't know that.
Can you draw two checks if you're an alcoholic and you're pissed off all the time? Is that a double check? Is that I get two? I got multiple problems.
Let's do this last topic here, Rhodes.
Yeah.
The Tennessee 3. Now, in Tennessee, these 3 Democrats were driving an insurrection at the state capitol, right? 2 of them got voted out. 1 of them survived. And the 2 that got voted out were black. And the reason why they actually got voted out because they were really actively on the floor, disrupting everything, protesting, had the bullhorn, leading a violent crowd. They got voted out. However, their particular counties voted them back in. Now, when I put up my video about that, I was like, all right, I'm glad the Republicans actually did something and got these guys out. But I said they could return because they could be voted back in. However, it's actually supposed to be in a special election. But this time it was like some county election or something like that. It wasn't the official special election. they got brought back in. So these people committed an insurrection, and they got able to come back.
Why are we letting all these radicals into public office?
Well, when I first heard about that law, I was like,
I mean,
this is pretty dumb. How is it you get voted out, but yet you can come back in? Doesn't make any sense. Well, they're back. But one of the marks is this guy is pretty radical, because now we got, remember the Summer of Love, Summer of Blood? That's what I like to call it. One of these guys, Justin Jones, is a radical Marxist. He was actually stopping traffic, because BLM loves to stop traffic, right?
They're completely peaceful.
Illegally.
John Matrix, how dare you?
No.
Completely peaceful.
No. This guy's on video assaulting a driver in the Summer of Blood.
That video's fake. It's the angle. It's completely peaceful.
Oh, no. No, it's not.
That's a right-wing lie. That's Trump's fault.
Look here. This on the Blaze. Footage reportedly shows reinstated Tennessee State Rep Justin Jones holding up and assaulting a driver during BLM's Summer of Love. And this is also him on top of a police car, because these Marxists, they don't like police. So we got two video clips here. Okay. Democratic State Rep Justin Jones of Tennessee was reinstated to his position Monday after being expelled last week over his involvement in what Tennessee House Speaker Cameron Sexton described as an insurrection. Hundreds of Jones's supporters swarmed the State House prior to Jones's reinstatement, threatening "No Justin, no peace." Shocking footage from 2020 has reemerged this week, indicating that, contrary to the protesters' suggestion, there's no guarantee of peace with Justin Jones back on the scene. The man has a history of violence, folks. Look at this. According to the Tennessean, Jones faced over 15 charges, ranging from trespassing to assault, during what former Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin dubbed the Summer of Love. I called it the Summer of Blood. Among the charges, assault of an officer, resisting arrest, disrupting a meeting, disorderly conduct, criminal trespassing, obstruction of a passageway, and aggravated littering. Davidson County General Sessions Judge Linda Jones, a Democrat, reportedly dismissed or accepted a decision not to prosecute Jones's charges. That's
why
not
is
surprising.
that? Why did that happen? Oh, it's Seattle. My bad.
Yeah.
Now I know why that happened.
But look here. I'm going to jump over here to Rumble, because I want you guys to be able to see this here. This man is on video assaulting a driver. These people are illegally blocking traffic. Watch this. But let me read this here. It says the grand jury indicted protester Justin Jones on 2 counts of reckless endangerment after he repeatedly assaulted a citizen with a traffic cone as he was driving down the street. Jones said this was a false narrative and he wasn't violent, but we got video of him being violent. So let's play this. There's no sound. So right here, the person in the white hat right here, that's Justin Jones right there. Okay?
Okay.
Now I want to point out a couple of things here also as well. You're going to just keep an eye on him right here, because I'm going to have to stop it and then go back. They're blocking traffic right here. Look at that. So that's him. He takes the cone right there. This car is coming right here at the top. Bam. They just stop it. He puts the cone right there in front. These people want to just go about their business. He puts his hand inside the car.
Oh, no. No.
Now look at this here. You see the person in the green right here? They're actually going to act like they're getting run over by this car. This car just wants to go about their business. Watch this. Now, I will say this here. That car could have turned to the right a little bit more, but look.
Bleep them. There you go.
Watch this. They're going like 2 miles an hour. Watch the acting job here by this BLM marches. Look at that.
Oh, God.
They're acting like they
down.
just got run over. But I got to go back because that's the acting job right here. So I'm going to go back here. Now pay attention to Justin Jones right here in the hat because all this is happening at the same time. So he sticks his hand inside the car. They're still harassing the driver right there. They got a bullhorn too. They just want to go about their business. So he picks up the cone right there. Look at this. The driver's like, get away. Now watch this. Watch this while he's driving. Trying to get away. Bam. Right there. Threw it right in his face.
I got to be honest. Somebody pulls that shit in Texas, they're getting shot in the face. I'm just being real. I mean, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait, they considered him nonviolent?
But Democrat judge let him off, But look at this.
Wow.
Got more video here. Look at this right here. Now, right here. In May 2020, Jones reportedly climbed atop a police cruiser along with another radical, Janisha Harris, amid an anti-cop protest in which a courthouse was set on fire. It is unclear from the footage of the incident whether Jones and Harris were attempting to incite the mob or secure a photo op. They were on top of the car with all these other BLM activists around them. Charges for reckless endangerment were brought against them over the damage done. 3 hours after their ensuance, however, the Metro Nashville Police Department recalled the warrants for Jones and Harris's arrests. Despite the recall, WZTV reported that 60 detectives had sorted through video and photographic evidence from the incident, establishing that the same police car Jones was the same one that had been significantly damaged with its windows broken. Let's watch this here. I can't blow it up here. Now let me just go over here to YouTube then, because this is going to be easier to actually look at. So let me stop sharing my screen because I want everybody to see this. And I'm going to share my screen here on YouTube so you guys can see this. And so right here. So that is Justin Jones right there on top of the car. That's a police car. Yeah, so he was there standing on top of that police car right there. Not a whole lot there to that particular video, but that is the car that was damaged.
I'm going to offend a lot of people, but I'm going to say it. They're out there just doing some. The Democrats have made it legal to just walk out and do some thug shit. I don't know how else to say it. Just walk out and just be a criminal in broad daylight. You are walking across a police car. They should throw your ass under the jail.
Yep. And I believe Rose froze up. His internet must have went out. This has happened before. He got his hands up, like hands up, don't shoot, right? I was wanting him to finish his point right there. But I'm willing to bet he'll probably jump back here in a second and say, hey, my internet ended up going out. But yeah, but this guy, man, should be banned for life from ever running for office again. Stopping traffic, attacking a driver. And also, you know, was he inciting a riot on those police cars? Don't know. Could be. Could be. Oh, Christy's here. She is back. And there's Rose right there. You lost your internet, right?
I didn't think so because I just checked it. My internet is flying right now.
Man, you were frozen. You're frozen, like hands up, don't shoot.
it's super fast. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I can hardly even click on something. It's there. That's nuts. I don't know what happened. Where was I? Calling all them bastards thugs.
Yeah.
Look, the Democrats have enabled this. They have allowed this conduct to happen without any repercussion at all. There's no respect for authority whatsoever because, I mean, nobody's upholding the law now in these counties and in these states. Period. Are they trying to say this son of a bitch is peaceful? Is that what we're doing?
I guess so, but he ain't peaceful.
That's not peaceful where I come from.
No.
It's just not, you know.
Why are you stopping a driver just going about his business? And that person wants to get away, go about his business. You stop him, you assault him with a cone, a traffic cone.
Do you notice this never happens in a red county?
No, this happens in your inner cities. That's why I refuse to live inside the city.
It never happens in a red county. You want to know why? Because they know if we try this, we don't exactly know what the driver's going to do.
Yeah.
We don't exactly know. You know, if we try this here, law enforcement is probably going to throw us under the jail.
Yeah. And chances are that driver probably would have a gun in a rural county.
That's right.
Would have a gun.
That was exactly where I was going. Oh, shit. I didn't expect this guy to have a full shotgun in his truck.
Yeah.
And he just racked it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. What a story. Well, that's going to be all the topics we had, but I'm going to read this super chat here from Thoughts with Sherry for $10. Thanks for keeping it real, for being bold enough to speak the truth. You guys are appreciated. And we're gonna be here. We're always going to speak the truth. This is why we are here. Thanks for that $10. We appreciate that.
We had a damn good turnout. Damn good.
Good turnout. Good turnout today.
Absolutely. We maintained 500 plus for a good long while today.
Yeah.
Very nice. If that doesn't show suppression versus yesterday,
yeah,
I know, dude.
We got more people right now watching on the network channel. We got over 200.
Okay, I mean, we peaked out at like 63 yesterday. We
Yeah.
peaked out at like 541 or something today.
And honestly, we couldn't get any videos to hit anywhere on
Yeah.
any channel. Well, we got one video that did well, but something was definitely going on.
And honestly, I still thought that underachieved. You know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm like, it's all part of. It depends on whether or not browse features and other YouTube features pushes you out.
Yeah.
If you blow up, you'll watch YouTube browse features and it just starts going nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I told Rose that this would probably end up being a 2-hour show. Pretty close. Hour and 50 minutes right now. Hour and 50 minutes. So, I don't know. There's a whole lot of topics to actually talk about. Let me make sure we didn't miss anything over here on Rumble. Anything? Nope. Nothing missed over there on Rumble. So, I got so many tabs open up. Technically 4 different streams. So, I wanted to make sure I'm not missing anything over there with you guys. But remember tomorrow, live stream 10 a.m. Become a channel member if you're watching on YouTube or at blackandwhitenetwork.com. Because we're going to be completely uncensored over there. Not going to be holding our tongue. We don't have to worry about any censorship. Because even if you join on YouTube, you will have the link to the stream. It will not be on YouTube. So just letting you guys know. And it's really more of a hangout stream. No, it's not formal like this. We don't have any topics planned like we do on these.
No, we're just shooting from the hip on those streams. Just whatever randomly flies out of our mouth is what you get.
Yeah.
Very quickly, guys, make sure you go subscribe to Black and White Sports 2, TOO. I mean, it's not Black and White Sports also, but we want it to be the other sports channel. So it's growing. 20,000 subs over there.
Yep, it's growing. And by the way, Black and White Sports, we're less than let me make sure here. We are less than 2,000 subs away from 200,000. We got like 1,900 subs to go before we actually reach 200,000. I'm pretty sure we're going to go live over there to celebrate 200,000.
Absolutely.
That's a good achievement right there. I remember when we hit 100,000. And it's something about April, man.
I remember when we had 62 subs over there. And
remember last April? I think it was last April, we got 25,000 new subs. I think it was last April. This month, we are, let me see what we're doing this month on subs for the Black and White Sports. But it's something about April. So far, we got 7,600 new subs.
You grow in waves on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like a lot of your growth will literally happen in like 10 weeks every year on YouTube. 10 total weeks, And
it's funny though. It's interesting because I believe that YouTube does something with the subs. Because like we have like 4 million, I believe we had 4 million views, if I'm not mistaken, like last April. 25,000 subs. We'll have like a similar amount of views another month and get 3,000 subs.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
Makes no sense whatsoever. Hey, but hey, when that channel first blew up, we had like 30,000 subs. Our biggest month ever was actually the first month we blew up. Trying to pass that is so hard.
We hit 60,000 subs in about 10 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then it'll slow down and everything, and it's weird on YouTube.
We was talking about we can't wait till we're like as big as like Gary, Gary's channel, where he's able to live stream as the primary content. That we would love that.
Love to do that.
Yeah.
First of all, these streams do very, very well on the podcast. Yeah. I would love to do that. We're not there. We're not even close to being able to do that.
Oh no.
Not close. So we still got to make content, but it would be nice to just do a live show, and we are going to stick to the live show on the network channel. We are, and I believe that's actually working. We just kind of have to keep pushing it. So, Anything else, Rhodes, before we wrap up the show? And like I said, Christy's back. She had taken a little break from social media. A lot of streamers, she says, a lot of streamers and multiple platforms grew during COVID. Yeah, a lot of people are at home.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Yeah, the channel did blow up during COVID, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Iron Man. Iron Man's not a Clay Travis guy.
No.
At all.
Hey, but you got to respect Clay for growing Outkick the way
I respect it. I respect his grind, but I respect Florio's grind.
Florio did too, and
he grew PFT from scratch.
Just big. It's associated with NBC now.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
now, of course, Outkick now is a part of Fox now. So yeah. Anything else, guys? Anything in the chat you guys want us to talk about before we end up wrapping it up? Because we're fresh out of topics here. People already leaving now. We lost like 200 people already. So
they bounced.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. See you guys tomorrow on the member live stream. The members. So get ready for that. What else do we have planned, Rhodes?
You can just hit the join button down below.
If you're watching on YouTube, click the join button. But if you want to actually be on the stream, you have to join on blackandwhitenetwork.com with a silver membership. Those are $20 a month, but you get to be on the panel. And you guys drive that. So yeah, but if you want to join, just click the join button here on YouTube, and it's very, very simple. And we'll have the link posted tomorrow for the link to the member live stream. And it gets kind of rowdy. Some things, certain language is used sometime that you won't see on.
Well, I have recently found out from Mick that in certain countries, certain words that are like, whoa, you said the C word.
Yeah.
Whoa, you said the automatic divorce word if you use it towards your wife. It's like everyday continuous vernacular over in like Ireland and places like that, where they just say it all the time, like no big deal. Yeah, it's like, whoa, you said the C word like 17 times in the last 20 minutes. It's like, no. He's like, yeah, it's,
Yeah, if you're on the network channel, Christy posted the link, the join link for Black and White Network. If you have it.
Commie, the C word. Commie.
Yeah, but on those member live streams, though, like we'll clip stuff out for the other channels sometime. But we'll kind of watch what we say during that portion of it. But the rest of the stream is just kind of, whatever. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because remember, Mick said something and we cut out a clip. Demonetized by YouTube.
Sure did.
Yeah, demonetized. And actually, if you guys are wondering where the stream is from yesterday, after that was over with, I was thinking, Rhodes, we probably should actually just
delete that stream.
Delete the whole stream off of YouTube. It's still on Rumble. Because something is telling me that it could be a month from now.
It
could be 2 months from now.
Yeah.
That YouTube would probably give us a channel strike. And we would probably just won't be able to live stream or put up videos for a week. Because that was that whole Dalai Lama thing and the boy. Yeah, because YouTube actually gave us a channel strike for posting a political ad that was publicly available to everybody. A political ad.
Was it the Republican in Arizona, the KKK ad?
Yeah.
That's still the greatest political ad I've ever watched.
But the thing is,
everybody covered it.
They gave us a strike,
covered it.
And we weren't the only ones getting strikes. They waited like 4 or 5 months. The video was monetized. Then all of a sudden they just went bam. Yeah. We're just going to give everybody strikes. So we actually got a warning on that channel. So the next time something happens like that, Because also the sports channel has one too. We won't be able to live stream for a week or upload any content. So that's why we don't feel comfortable putting these member videos on YouTube at all. So you'll never see another member live stream on YouTube at all. All right. All right, Rhodes, let's get out of here, man.
Anything else, Mr. Matrix?
No, I think that's about it. I think that is about it right there.
Peace. We're out.
Until next time.
That's